is Elijah Kelvin Murungi, and this is Untold Story. Now, just like we've always told you, on Untold Story, we tell stories to influence, to educate, to inspire, but also to let you know about the people that we host on this Elkem Untold Story. Now, very many of you have people that you know, but you would like to get to understand their kind of life. You can be in position to see a personality out there. You keep on asking yourself a question. But who is this person? What do they do? Where have they come from? What is their background? What has been their journey? How have they been in position to achieve whatever they have achieved? How have they made it in life? Now today, on this particular show, we are back. This is the second day of May 2024. And this is our first, very, very first episode in this particular month. Now today on set with me, I have a gentleman, a legendary in the media fraternity, and his name is Lake Sam Musa, the manager of King's Broadcasting Services, or KBS FM, or the one that you know as KBS Radio. Now today we're going to be speaking or digging deep into his journey, into his lifestyle, the things he has done, the things he has achieved, how has he become the kind of person that he really is, and all the other things that he will be sharing with us today. Now, Elkem Untold Story is proudly sponsored by Beckham Enterprises Limited, and they're telling you that if you're looking for general hardware construction materials, quality hardware construction materials, you can be in position to reach out to them at Beifa Super Hardware, Beckham Enterprises, that is Masindi Port Bell Road, and then Boyale, that is Beckham Enterprises, Boyale, along Gulu Highway, next to Luna Clinic. That is where you can be in position to find Beckham Enterprises, Boyale. Now today, we're going to be speaking the story of Lake Sam Musa. Lake Sam, you're welcome on the show.
Thank you.
All right. You can be in position to introduce just a glimpse, your name. Okay, let's just begin with the introduction. Yes, for the viewer.
Okay. Thank you for hosting me.
Okay.
And I'm glad to be here. To pick on somebody to come to your show, I think you must have done some good homework.
Of course, a thorough.
To invite such a person.
Yeah, of course.
Not because of anything, but I think out of the good profile I think you've seen. Yes, I've been in media for quite long. And I think it is over 20 years being a media personality.
Okay.
My name is Chirembwe Sam Kajumba Musa.
Okay, I didn't know about those ones.
Those are the indigenous names.
Yes.
But the one, or you may say,
the one that makes money.
All right, they call it that. Is Lake Sam Musa. Yes, originally was Lake Sam, but as things progressed, I had to acquire the Musa.
The Musa name.
Yes, so I'm Lake Sam Musa.
Okay.
I work with King's FM, and now with King's FM, exactly 8 years.
Okay.
Exactly 8 years in
That's a good one.
in June at King's FM.
Okay.
But previously, that is from 2002 to 2016. I was with Kitara FM, but now it's no longer. It's some repeater now station for some other radio.
Yes.
So it was sold out. So I had to move to King's FM. Well, at King's FM, I'm the assistant manager.
Okay.
and also dabbling as a production manager. And I do presentation, but not so often like I used to do during those days, in the early days. My journey up to now is a long one. I don't know whether
we are in position to capture it in this show.
There is a lot to tell.
Okay. Maybe before we proceed, for beginners, our viewers that are watching us live on Elkem TV, thank you so much for keeping it live on Elkem TV. This is Untold Story. Now, just like we said, we bring you these personalities for purposes of inspiration, but also for you to get to tell what have they done, how have they got here, and what do they aspire to do moving forward. Now, for starters, I would like us to take the viewer through your background. You've already told us your indigenous names. Some of us did not know those names. The names look quite English, because when someone looks at Lucky, then before you know it, Sam, and then the acquired one, which is the Musa. You realize that the other ones of Kajumba, yes, Kajumba was not well known to us. Now, who is Mr. Kajumba? Where does he come from? Where is he born? Who are your parents? Yes, let's pick it from there.
Yes, I'm a born of, I'm a Ugandan. And I was born in Kasubi, that is in Kampala. And actually my mom gave birth to me during those days in the 70s, where actually in the best hospital. It was the best during the Mulago Hospital. That's where I was born. And I was told I was too tired.
Too tired?
Yes. You know, babies get tired. That is what they talk, they say. I was too tired. Even they put me in an incubator for maybe 3 or so days, so that I can gain my self, and then they take me home.
Maybe the mic?
Yes.
Yeah.
At those days, they wouldn't just as you see these days when you give birth and it's a normal birth, they will tell you, you go, we are through. But those days, those doctors had to sweet it that you were okay with the mother. And it was normal for a parent to stay in hospital for over 3 days. But these days, once you have delivered normally,
you can go.
You can go the next hour. Yes. But those days you had to stay at least a week in the hospital. And your parents wouldn't be bothered much about the money, the payments, all that was catered for. And in the 70s, you know, it was a means regime.
Yeah, true.
That was the good part of it, I was told. So I was born to my mother, still alive, Florence Nabweteme.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yes, and then my late father, Kaziro Grace.
Okay.
Our ancestral land is in Mukono, in Nachifuma, Mayanga there.
Okay.
That's where our ancestral home is. I moved to Masindi. Okay, I grew up. I went to also good school, Kasubi Primary School. Actually, before Kasubi, we did actually, I think our lot, we did kindergarten, nursery. By then in towns, nursery had begun. Nursery schools in kindergarten.
Yes, like Sam, at that point, the viewer would like to understand which years are we referring to here. Today, I was surprised.
About the 70s.
1970s.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. The 70s.
Because now in the 70s, I'm only wondering the kindergarten schools. I actually thought these kindergarten things have started in our years here. When
Yes, we used to begin school. For us, we used to begin school at age of 6 years, 5 latest.
Okay.
But these days it is 3 years. Yeah. So 5. I think at 5 years I began school, and I think that was 91. 81. Nursery school. That's when I began. And we used to go to Auntie Sarah nursery school. And from there I joined Kasubi. From Kasubi, briefly I went to Kampala primary school, which was Aga Khan.
Then.
Yes. It was
Nowadays, is it the Kampala parents?
no.
There is Aga Khan still.
Yes,
Aga Khan
Aga
schools
Khan
are
is
still
Aga
there.
Khan, yes. But kind of, Amin had chased them.
The
So
Indians.
they had changed the name. It was Aga Khan primary school, but during Amin's regime, it was changed to Kampala primary school, something like that. So I studied there briefly, and then came back again to Kasubi. That's where I completed my P7. That is in 1990. P7.
Okay, now we would still like to dig deep into that period, because as you go to school, more especially in the regime of Amin,
No, Amin was sent away in 79.
Okay.
In 79. So I think by 1980, 81, that's when I began now the nursery level.
Okay, that was 71. So now, looking at the education background then, or the education system then, how did it look like? Because what you tell us, you tell us, okay, we pick it from a perspective that everything was okay. There wasn't any, the story looks fine.
Well, things of today are different from then. The government, when it came to studying, it could offer education and its essentials or accessories. For example, I don't think you've had a chance to look at books not for sale from government.
Yeah, I have seen that. Even while we were in school.
Them? Did you use them?
Yeah, even in the public libraries, actually.
No. These exercise books. Not textbooks, but exercise books. They were
certain.
pink in color and blue by then.
Okay.
That is now, Obote's regime. Yeah, so that's what I remember. The fee structure was solid, I don't remember whether the parents paid or what, but I found myself going to school and studying, and they were giving us those books in primary, from P1, P2, P3, and I think that ended when this regime came. We could no longer get those books not for sale. Because I remember in P5, P6, P7, that's now was again, I think it was Museveni's regime now. Because my P7, as I've told you, was in 1990. So from 90, then I went to Luviri Secondary School. And by the way, let me tell you, our education was a strong one. Then. And I find it, well, maybe this way in Masindi, but I find it rare for students here in Masindi. I've been observant for the past 4 years. People are not getting aggregate 6, which I got at P7.
Yeah, that's true. For Masindi.
For Masindi.
Yeah, okay.
Even Bulisa. Yes.
Okay, let's say Bunyoro sub-region, maybe.
Hoima maybe has tried a 4 of recent.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the likes of Lobeto.
Those ones. But you find it is very difficult. But by then, although we were not so many, but maybe we were a little bit sharp, but I got a 6. And the best during my time got a 5. But here in Masindi, I find
The best as 6.
no. Even last year, I think the best got 7.
Last year, no, the best got 5 last
5?
year. Yes,
Okay.
that is from Asaba School.
Got 5.
Yeah.
All right.
Was it a 5? Was it a 4? No, it can't be a 4.
It wasn't a 4. I remember
It was a
wasn't
5.
4.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it was a 5. Yes. But it has taken some time to have a 5 in Masindi. But those days, we used to have a 6 or 5 in our schools. And I got a 6. And I'm challenging my children. Nobody has got my score. And I've had about 2 or 3 who have completed.
We shall put it to the schools, of course. Yeah.
Who have got a 6. Well, then I went to Lubiri Secondary School and I spent there 6 years. I liked the school so much. And I spent 6 years. So from there, I went to a technical college. I did electronics. And professionally, I'm a technician.
Before we go to the technical school, I want us to look at the secondary school, the secondary journey. Yeah, the secondary journey. Because while you are a journalist today, but also now what I'm getting to learn right now is a technician.
Yes.
What were your aspirations? What did it want? What did you want to be in future? Okay, in your future. What did you want to be now?
When you grow up, you want to be so many things. Yes. At one time, wanted to be a doctor. At one time, wanted to be a pilot.
I remember when I was in senior 2, I wanted to be a surgeon. Then eventually I want to be a lawyer. Then I keep on wondering what happens. Now I'm here in media.
So I even wanted to be a pilot at one time. And I used to ask which subjects can a pilot offer at A level. They told me at least you should have a geography in them. And actually, during the my O level results, I got a 23.
Okay.
And I got a 3.
A level 23, because then it was 20.
level.
Oh.
O level.
Okay.
A 23. And I got a 3 in what? A credit 3 in geography. Then I said, I'm good to go to be a pilot. Because one of the subjects I was told is geography. But somehow, I did sciences at A level.
Wow.
Yes, because I had that mentality of at least if I don't be a doctor, probably I can be a pharmacist, anything to do
With science.
with science and doctor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at A level we're speaking of physics, geography,
no, biology,
and chemistry.
Yes.
PCB.
Yes. He did that.
We grew up looking at the people that are doing PCB and we used to think they literally run mad. Maybe tell us about the story of PCB. Because was it a misconception? Was it something that is real? Because now all sciences are in just one combination.
Do I look mad? Or do I do things that
are scary?
Yes. No, actually, because of what I am now, I see that probably, you see, there is what would they call destination. You may not fight. Yes, you may not fight your fate or destiny. Yes, I did all that with love, but eventually, I didn't score well. Yes, so that's why I went to a technical school. I did electronics.
Okay.
So.
Is it the electrical engineering?
Yes.
Okay.
Electrical, there are two fields.
Okay.
There is electrical engineering and electronics engineering.
Mm.
And I'm glad to tell you that I've been the senior technician of the 2 radios I've worked.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yes. And since I was a technician there, I got the urge of joining, because there is nothing much you are doing at a radio station apart from maintenance, and you do maintenance once in 2 months or 3. So you do nothing. Practically, you do nothing. So I said, why don't I participate in doing media, practice media? And many of us have done so.
Okay. Now
And let me complete this.
Okay.
That's where the phrase, I think it is also internationally recognized, the phrase being a media practitioner is coming from. Because by then, in Uganda, we had few schools that do journalism. That is 2002.
So most of the people used to learn it from the job.
From job, yes.
Okay.
We would get training, simple training, the do's and don'ts on air, and we begin.
Okay.
That's where we're coming from.
Actually,
you, if you could trace all the big names, those old names.
They have not gone to school of journalism.
No.
They are trained.
They are trained
journalists.
on job.
Okay.
They are media practitioners.
Okay.
Actually, media practitioners is a big, may I say, face of journalism. Journalism is a section of media practicing.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you are a media practitioner, me to myself, I see that person being even better than
the one who has gone to
who
class.
has gone to class and done journalism.
Okay.
Yes. Though, to be, they call it with the papers, because I may not say to be professional, because even media practitioners are professional.
Yes.
Actually, you found out that we are even more professional
than
those who have done
yeah, that is
journalism.
True.
Why do I say so? When you go to our, may I say, our bosses, the UCC guys, they have found themselves fighting with the so-called journalists who have bachelors in journalism, mass comm, fighting with them with their practice than us who are who are practicing media, or media practitioners. And you found out that many have been either the government is on their neck, but for us, we have tried to be professional, and we have tried to practice journalism in the context wanted by UCC. That is the good thing I see with it. But when you go out and say, or maybe because of the training we got, you see many young people like you who are coming from school, you find things different from what you've been studying. So eventually, you practice what is in this class than what is on ground. So you get in trouble with the bosses. And believe me, the media practitioners are on the good side, whereas those who are doing journalism have been finding it difficult to do their work. May I say, okay, they do it professionally. Yes, they do it professionally, but they find themselves in trouble.
Most of the times.
Most of the times.
Okay. Now, Lucky Sam, I would like us to have a certain flow. You see, we have skipped. Yeah, we have skipped from the technical and then straight to the working world, to the job world.
Okay.
Yeah.
From the technical, I told you, actually, when I came, okay, let me first give you my inspiration. When I was in the VAC
Of senior 6.
of senior 6, radios opened up, FM radios. Sanyu was the first, then Capital.
Oh, Capital is that old?
Yes.
Okay.
Then Capital, then later CBS, and others came, follow suit. So those radios were on the band almost for all that time. So whenever you tune in, you get them. And they overtook Radio Uganda. We had only one radio in Uganda by then. Then when these FM stations came, the Sanyu, Capital, and by then we were young. We loved music. So those what you're doing right now is what they did. They could play a lot of music, and the youth like a lot of music.
Of course.
And even actually during those days of ours, we had very good music. You people don't have music.
The beauty again with your music, then you could play one song, it goes for 8 minutes. 10 minutes, you're still playing one song.
But we had the exotic ones, from Celine Dion. They were not.
Oh,
they were not
the soft ones.
Yes, the Celine Dion, the Whitney Houston, and others. Those ones. Those songs actually made our day during those days, and they inspired me to work on radio.
How did you used to get those songs? Because I'm thinking then
radio
technology. Yes, these whole platforms where we have the likes of Spotify, TubeD, where you can download the songs. Then they weren't developed. I beg to be corrected.
Mr. DJ was the king of the day.
Someone was called Mr. DJ.
We lived in that time where the DJ was the king of the day. We didn't have, first of all, you didn't have money. It was your parents who would buy a radio and you take over it when he's not around. The father is not around, mom is not around. So you switch on the radio. So whichever DJ could play good music was the owner of the day. So we would follow the songs.
Yeah, what I'm asking is, where did those DJs get that music? The music of Celine Dion, the Whitneys. Like how could they be in position to access that music?
By then, things were different. They would get that music from abroad.
Okay.
There, I think media houses would buy it because music used to come on megaphones. There is a radio, kind of radio called megaphones. It has a big disc. It had a bigger disc. That's what we found. Then during our era, we got CDs and mini tapes. There is a cassette tape. They could call it a tape. I don't know whether you saw it.
We saw it. It used to have a film sort of thing.
A small film in there. Those ones. Those were the two sources of music. And people who were in media, all the stations, I think would easily get them. Then later down this way, we would get the tapes for our cassette players, and those who had CD players, because it was tape players, then CDs later. Actually, when I joined Radio Kitara, we used to play music using those tapes. Yes, we had a tape player and a CD player. Then later in 2006, that's when we had a first computer to play in the studio.
I'm imagining what exactly, what system did you use to to operate with? Because in today's world, actually, I think the computer has compromised a lot of what
Yes.
people can be in position to do with themselves out there.
Actually,
Because everything programmed.
yes, on computer.
Yes.
A computer somehow, somewhere, although things, if you go to Radio Uganda, it is still following the traditional way of doing things. They had a presenter like you are here, and then a musical selector, you could call them librarian, and then a producer the other side could produce you. So you find out that before the FM radios, 3 people or 4 people would work on one show. But today, only one person does all those things. And believe me, I've done all those things.
Wow, and that is why you're here.
Yes.
Now, our viewers that are watching us live on Elkem TV, this is Untold Story. Today we are with the gentleman that is Lucky Sam Musa Kajumba. Is it Kajumba?
Yes.
Yes, Kajumba. He's telling us his story, where he's come from, and so far he has told us where he's born. We are sure you can be in position to see that on your screen. Born of Nansana Kasubi.
No, Nansana is the other side. Nansana, we used to go there when probably we could play football. We used to play football.
Kasubi is in what?
Kasubi is next from Nakulabye. Then from Nakulabye is Kasubi. Then from Kasubi is Namungona. I know all those villages.
From Namungona, Tao, then whatever.
From Namungona, then you proceed to Rubiji, then Nansana. Then from Nansana, you proceed again.
Like that.
Yes. But those, to go to Nansana was rare. But you could go there to play maybe football. We had a tournament. We used to play minor shoes, but these small leagues, village leagues. Yes, we used to go there to Nansana. But the main village I grew is Kasubi.
Okay.
Kasubi, the main Kasubi, then there is Nabulagara. Yes, and we used to pass on the tomb.
Okay.
That tomb that burnt. You remember the burnt tomb?
Yes. Now, the viewer would like to understand, because while we're speaking of this, we also want to draw it from the point of inspiration. We would like to understand, how did life look like then? Well, because at this point we're still on the education bit of it. You finish your primary school at that is Kampala.
Kasubi
Primary School.
Yeah. I left Kampala Primary.
Yes.
In P4. And then I went to Kasubi.
Kasubi Primary School and finished P7.
And finished P7, yes.
Then you join Lubiri
Secondary School.
Yes, Lubiri Secondary School. And then eventually you get to the institution.
Yes.
Now, what is the institution then? And how was the situation like, if you're to draw a picture? Because you look at very many personalities like you you have this kind of a background. The background is quite natural in a way, where I'm even using the word quite natural, because it is the polite one, that in most cases it is not the best background that you could desire to have, but maybe because of Mbera situation, you manage to thrive. Now, that bit of it, do you grow up from a family that is well off, or were you self-made? Yeah, that bit of it.
They call it a humble background.
Yes.
We are not rich.
Okay.
We are just normal family. And unfortunately, when I was growing up, my dad passed on when I was in S3. So that's when I had difficulties and fees, but my mom stood with me up to the very end. when I completed at least at the tertiary institution part of it. And then, like any other, they say, omugezi-gezi, I started looking for jobs.
That is in which year?
That is in 1999. 99, I completed 1999.
And some of us were born around there.
Yeah. So 99, I had completed the technical part of it, and I was a technician. So as I was doing, because I told you I did electronics, I tried to go to repair those laptops, but laptops by then were not there, but TVs.
Yeah, TVs.
TVs, and then these receivers, radios. That's where I saw an opportunity in the newspaper. Like I said, I was from a background, a humble one, but I could afford getting a paper. So I saw paper Chinyara advertised that they want
Chinyara Sugar Works?
Yes, they wanted apprentices to do engineering. I said, now let me add on what I have. So I came to Chinyara. I applied, and because of the papers I had, I passed through without any difficulty.
Okay.
So I was given a position to do a pre-internship at Chinyara as an auto electrician. I wanted to maintain my field.
Which school is that you've gone to?
Chinyara.
No, the tertiary.
The tertiary.
Yes.
It is Chambogo Polytechnic.
Okay.
Yeah. So from there, I went there, and I
To Chinyara.
to Chinyara, and I did a pre-internship for 2 years in auto electronics. Then when I was there, I heard that there is a new radio coming up in Masindi. And I was told there were two. One was BBS, and one was Chitara. So I chose Chitara. I'm from the word go. I said Chitara sounds good.
Yeah. Oh, so you chose Kitara because of the name. So this one sounds good.
Yes. Then
I don't know if we had Elkem then.
then
it would be a good thing that if it would sound good for you, I don't know.
Maybe you never know. So then, fortunately or unfortunately, BBS came first. But like I said, there is destiny. I didn't feel the urge of joining BBS, although it came first. So I waited for Chitara to come, because we are being told that, you know what, actually in our hostel in Chinyara, we put up a small radio, small transmitter. You remember, I'm a technician. So we wired some electronic devices, and we used to transmit like a small radio in the hostel.
Hey.
And I used to present on that small radio.
But I still ask myself a question. Where have those brains gone? Because then there are a lot of things that people used to do. I don't know if you've heard about this gentleman. I grew up hearing him, that he had technology of making a plane here in Masindi, Ndege Enyonyi. And we used to call him Meto. I don't know if you know Meto. Meto used to stay around that place. It is called Kirabu, after All Saints. Then that Kirabu, that he came up with an aeroplane, but it has only failed to fly.
Actually, another one was from Hoima. who had tried also to make, I think Oba is the same person who tried to make a rocket.
Okay.
Yes, those, are we still there?
Yes, we are.
You find, yes, we are very motivated and innovative when we are young.
Okay.
But like, systems, we lack systems that can improve people's innovations here in Uganda. So eventually our brains or our innovations die.
Just like that.
Yes, they die.
Because I keep on wondering, how do you think of when I join this and this?
Yes.
This comes out, this works.
But when you, like I told you, I did electronics. When we were studying, they show you how a radio can be assembled. What components make a radio?
So you should actually conclude that then you had more practical knowledge than us who have seen theory things throughout.
Let me tell you, we did things practically, even when on air. Like I told you, when we are going, if we go back to 2002, there was a friend of mine, a colleague actually. He was, I'm forgetting his name. He used to move with those tapes, cassette tapes, in a small bag. Actually, even the late DJ Julie. Those were the first DJs. But they would you practically moving with those small tapes in a bag. The laptop bags you are talking of today, they were the cassette bags of them. So they would move with them. Me, I was not a DJ. Typically, I just enjoyed talking on radio. Actually, when you bring me to talk, I can talk. I can even talk for 5 hours non-stop. Because I love talking. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I can do it. 5 hours non-stop. Actually, maybe I may blow my own trumpet there. I'm one presenter who doesn't need a computer in a studio. Say, if a computer becomes faulty, I will not switch off a radio
Just
because the computer has turned faulty. No. I can talk, whereas the computer is being repaired. And then when it is rectified, they put it back, and then we go back to normal.
For formality.
Yes. But you find out today, when a computer,
dies like
dies like
this,
you get
it is
such
the end.
that's the end of even the presenter, and then you wonder why. But
Okay, now that is a very good resource.
That's where we're coming from, because in 2002 we would assemble those tapes. You would get a pen and roll to where that's a song starts, the one you want, so that you put it in the player, and when you place the play button, it should start from that song. But you have to have a deck player or a cassette player there. You listen to it. Then you know that it's going to begin, you stop. You get and put it there. That now, after I say a few words, because when we were trained, when we in our induction, they told us you should have a script to know which song you are going to play next. But today, I think that technology has, you find out that a presenter, like I told you, if you go to Radio Uganda, they still have that traditional setting of doing things. They will select music for you. But today, in the FM radio stations, you find out that very few those stations, they have a pre-set music. If I feel like I might come in the studio with a moody kind of feeling. But when you get to the mic, again the mood changes.
Yeah.
So I might be coming to play. Today I'm going to play a Blandina.
Libakoya.
That's the mood I have. But when I get in the studio, I change all that. And I play Masavu.
Azawi.
You get? But by then, you have to prepare those songs practically there. Because if you don't prepare, you'll have no show. Yes, you'll have no show. So we used even to record our ads using those tapes. But you had to be perfect when you are making.
Because you cannot rewind.
You can't remake. Yes. Once you spoil it, that is spoiled. You go again.
Oh, looks like that's disc. How do they call it?
That
thing.
The tape.
The one that the film sort of thing.
Yes.
That used to record.
That's what they call the tape. The film tape. Yes.
The film tape.
Yes. That thing could record. We could bring a recorder. Actually, we used to have one deck for recording and one deck
for playing.
Yes. So you would start recording the other side. Then you play music this side. You reduce it to make a background. You have to make a background which is, it has to be a real background.
Yeah.
Because when you make it loud, it will overshadows you. So that's how professional we became. Yes.
And that is how you became careful to detail.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's where we began from. And we did all that. From that experience, I grew up from a normal practitioner to where I am now.
Today?
Yes.
All right. So I would like us to pick it from there. Our viewers that are watching us live on Elkem TV, this is Untold Story. Of course, at this point we look at getting you these personalities to inspire you in the different fields. Lucky Sam Musa, he's a journalist, a trained media practitioner. Yes, I am also learning because I had not given it a lot of attention that a journalist is different from a media practitioner.
They are the same, but another one is far experienced than the other one.
Yes.
The other one, when it comes to theory, to being on a blackboard, he's better, the journalist. And actually, our bosses like that one. The UCC people. They will say, do you have a paper in journalism or mass comm to have, say, to be an editor? Yes, you should be having a bachelor's.
The chief editor.
Yes, yes. You have to be that. And short of that, no, you are not. Because that is a sensitive area, which I agree with them. But when it comes to, say, hosts, do these practical work, recording, sound technicians, you are well off with a media practitioner.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, because in school, you find out that you don't get that feel, you don't get the practical know-how in school. All you get is theory.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Lucky Samusa. Now, I want us to dive into now the real life. Yeah. We've already seen the education background, but also your background as a person, where you're born, where you come from, your parents, when you go to school. That is, did you say it is in the 1970s?
No, I was born in the 1970s. Yes.
In
that is 76.
Okay.
That's when I came to this
1976.
world. Yes.
So you people have seen the Gorilla War happen here in 1986.
Gorilla War, we are young.
Yeah.
We used to follow just parents.
Yeah, of course, that
would
is
hear, of course.
for about 10 years later.
Yes, yes.
And
yeah.
okay, now getting to the real life when you get now into the job world. Your first job at Kinyara, was it the first one?
I was an apprentice. Apprentice is a person trained on job.
Oh.
You do practicals, you do theory when they are training you for something. Now.
Yes, because you have a background of something. Okay,
Yes.
you work in Kinyara, and then eventually you've heard about the upcoming radio stations.
Yes, and I had that love
for radio. No
Mm.
wonder you created your own channel.
Yes, we created a small
in the
radio
hostels,
in the hostels, yes.
in Kinyara. Where did the channel go? Where did the radio go?
Actually, I don't remember actually. Because I left it there with my friends because they were still. We are there, we are year 1, year 2, year 3. And by then I was completing my year 2 there. So I left it, I think, with my roommate.
Okay.
I don't know what happened there after, because I had now joined the Rio radio.
Yeah, the Rio one.
Yes.
And I think it was a source of inspiration. That like, hey, this guy has been here doing ABCD. Now he's on the Rio radio.
Yes.
Now, being the life in media, yes, as you joined radio, you joined still as a technician, is it?
Yes, a technician, but I also applied as a presenter. Yes.
Yes, you applied as a
and
presenter.
I did auditions. I went actually to Kampala because the lady who was then the manager actually has passed on. She was called Alice Kabatoro. She told me that, oh, you want to join us? I told her yes.
Oh, this lady, is she the one of
Hoima.
Hoima?
Yes, they
Hoima.
buried her in Hoima
Yes.
of recent. I think 2 years now. 2 or 3 years back.
Oh, okay.
Yes, she died. She told me that, no, you Uganda do auditions, record it and bring it. I said, that is a piece of cake.
I can do this.
Yes. So I went to Kampala. I recorded. There was some small studio. They were doing music. I went there. I paid him. I think I gave him 5,000. 5,000 by then was a big money.
Yeah.
So recorded me twice, and then I brought the recording, gave it to her, and I said, we don't have a technician, so you can stay. Then the auditioning is also good. You have a good voice, but the bad thing, you speak Uganda. This is
Bunyoro.
Bunyoro. Then I said, now what am I going to do? And I wanted to be on air. Then I said, okay, for starters, I've been given a job as a technician. Yes, and I know I will also do what? Because she has told me my voice is not a bad voice. So I joined. That's how I joined. Actually, I joined.
That is in 2000?
2001, December. Actually, I came because I remember first the big days, the Christmas. Then from Christmas on 27th, I moved from Kampala to come to Masindi to join Radio Kitara. So 2001, in those days, I think the first New Year's Day found me in Masindi. So I began work in 2002 officially. But by then again, Kitara had not hit the airwaves. They were still installing machines. That's how I joined, because they needed a technician. The one who was installing was an Israeli, and he needed somebody to support, and also who will stay when he's gone. So I fitted in there. That's
Right
how
away.
I joined. Yes, Radio
Media.
Kitara. So I think in February or late January, Radio Kitara hit the airwaves. And my first salary was 80,000.
That was a lot of money.
No.
Okay,
By the way, let me tell you. I've been at this job. That's what, actually, I pray I retire early.
You see, let's first talk about the salary. 80,000 of then.
Of then, 2000.
About 2001,
2002.
2002.
Yes. 80,000.
Yes. That was quite a big salary.
No.
Okay, why? Why would you say no? The experience.
Because by then, remember, a month has 30
days.
You have to feed every day. And you have rent. Remember, I'm from Kampala to here. I have no parent, I have no nothing. So I have to depend on that salary and also rent, buy clothes and so on. So 80,000 was just to make you go. But because of the love I had for the job,
You had to stay.
I had to stay. Actually, that's why I'm saying I'm calling or I'm praying that I retire in the next maybe 2 years from now.
That is too soon.
Yes,
That is too soon.
whoever I tell this, he says, no, you are still around. Hey,
Owire bukyali.
where are you going? But because of the love of the job, I live a normal life. When I say normal, you understand that I'm not rich. And I don't think, if they say that among the people who have been in the media fraternity for quite long is like a Sam and is well off. No. So I want to live this love, then I go and make money.
So okay, so you see that is quite technical.
Yes.
It is for people to think about, because should we say that currently you are in media for passion, not for making money?
Exactly. And whoever is in media, like me, yes, we live that average life. Actually, there is no media personality who is well off, who is driving, we used to call them Beamers, BMWs.
Yes.
No. We are there for the passion.
To serve the people.
Serve, yes.
I don't know why I would even choose to serve the people just.
No, you
because I want to make the money.
Making money is going to be maybe with your Ella. Maybe you are going to make money. Because I've seen it coming with this online thing. I hear you are paid well. With the, having viewers and you are paid.
Watch hours
you are paid. But for us, even if a million is listening to you,
there's no way you can transfer that into money.
No, it's very difficult. Although, okay, we try, but it's very difficult. So eventually, we are not paid well.
Okay.
But we are there because we want to serve
the people.
So when I was told I'm going to get 80,000, then I said, if I become a presenter, they will add on that. But I didn't get any increment.
You still became a presenter.
I became a presenter.
And a technician at the same time.
A technician at the same
who
time.
earned 80,000.
Who earned 80,000 for the next other 5 years.
Wow. So now the question would be, you stopped considering all these other things, the things like clothing, rent, transport, all these things, because usually sometimes the employees want to say that for now.
Clothing by then was not so expensive. Even today, unless you don't like, but even today, a good shirt costs 20,000. And you are not going to buy a shirt every month. So that's how we used to stay. By then, a good shirt, I think, was 7,000 during those days. And we used to even to go to these butale bwa muburo, and we used to get good T-shirts at 4,000, 5,000, and we used to survive. And where I've come from, when I was beginning life with that 80,000, there was a guy in Masindi who was called Standard. He had that is the nickname. He had may I say, food outlet called the Standard Hotel. He used to make chapats, and he could cook meat and put a lot of soup. Could boil. It was boiled meat, but could put a lot of soup, and that was our daily meal. You could go there, ogenda hali n'omugamba kwendayo chapati na supu and a cup of tea. That's how we survived.
Like Sam Musa, now our viewers, we are short of time. So we're running out of time.
That's what I told you, that 80,000 was not enough.
Yes. Maybe just to pass this on, our viewers that are watching us live on Elkem TV, thank you so much for keeping it Elkem TV. Now, our story today with Lakesa Musa, we are even not 40%. We are not even 40% of this story, but we're going to be having another episode, of course, of the Untold Story of Lakesa Musa, because most of the times the people would see us moving, or they would see you moving out there, and they have no idea how you survived on 80,000. Yes, but while we engage you on this particular show, people get to understand that while they are earning whatever they are earning, they are not the first people. Now, I'm only wondering, the people who are earning 80,000 now, at least the one of them, the economy is not very easy. So now, that is just what I wanted to tell the viewers, so that they know when we go off, we are going to have another episode of Untold Story.
Okay.
Yes, we can proceed for now.
So where have we ended?
Yes, we have ended while
that
you're
was
telling us
on the last bit of survival.
Yes, or the chapati guy, Standard.
Standard. But these days, I think he's no longer there. But that guy made our day. Me, the late DJ Julie, and others. That's how we used to survive. And like I've told you, and until the next 5 years, that's when I got an increment.
5 years later.
Yes.
It only takes patience.
Yes. If you are going to maybe stay for some time, but you young guys, for you, you stay a little bit and then you move on. You are not like us. You are not patient like us. But for us, what is the thing with us is patience. That's why you can pick on me and say, but you come and tell us a story. Because We are patient. We didn't go in this industry to become rich, but it was passion to serve people. Actually, at one time even that is my late boss, who died sometime, I think it's 10 years now, who was the resident director, the late Chiria. Used to find me in the production studio doing ads. And they believe